Morning, everyone.
Hi
So
there.
this morning,
Morning.
hello, hello. So this morning I've got Matt Bell with me, time traveller, intuitive, an artist, star gazing family, star family, and Paul Clere, that many of you will know. He does the decrees, very intuitive, does the 5D workshops, but you'll explain more about that. So if you'd like to do a little introduction about yourselves and then what you've come together to work on, because it's very exciting. And yeah, so Matt, would you like to?
You want me to go first? Oh, right, yeah. I do kind of staff teachings, and I introduce people to their staff family. So that's kind of waking up, helping humanity connect with their sort of cosmic ancestry. But I've kind of got together with Paul because we've got various sort of templates that we're working on, and we're trying to bring through sort of holistic society really, and bring that through a bit earlier, so that we've got sort of decent narratives for people to, decent alternatives for people to go to, rather than staying in the kind of slavery matrix kind of thing. So we're working on these positive initiatives to get people together and to start co-creating a better way of doing things, really. And Paul, I just met up with Paul, and we just worked on the same sort of idea together, really. And we've just kind of launched the website with all these lovely kind of ideas for people to join up and really sort of get people together and that sort of collective energy of people and enthusiasm can get loads done, when people kind of understand where we're at. And we want everyone to join in on our kind of model as well, because it involves everyone else. It's not about me and Paul, it's about, what we can do to improve things in society and people's quality of life, really, just generally. So I don't know if, I've got a little presentation, but it's kind of it's like a storyboard, but I think we'll talk to Paul first, and then
Exactly, yeah, let Paul introduce himself and then we'll get going with that. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I did just say, because we were on just now, it was supposed to be at 9 o'clock, but anyway, we're on now, which is great.
Yeah.
But I did just say that you come out to Lyndhurst and did the star teachings with us, and we'll do another one of those in the very near future, hopefully, because that was really wonderful. We had like 50 people led under the stars in Lyndhurst, and a whole row of deers ran past us, and oh, beautiful. It was
even a stray cow, I think we had as well.
Oh, I know, that poor cow. The baby really seemed to be lost, didn't he? But he was calling for his mum. But anyway, yeah, it was very beautiful. Thanks, Matt. And now if we just listen, if Paul just introduces himself.
Well, just very quickly, it's been great meeting Matt probably about 9-10 months ago, I think, and we hit it off straight away on lots of different levels. My background's originally sort of business change consultant, leadership coach in business, trainer, workshop facilitator, design and delivery of training programs. So I've done that for 20, 25 years or so. Different change programs in business, culture change programs, improvement programs of various kinds, and lots of innovation stuff. But increasingly over the last sort of 20 years at least, there's always been this undercurrent of personal evolution and psychic mystic stuff and connecting with guides and archangels and so on. So that's really been growing in intensity over certainly 20 years. And then of course we had the lockdown, and then I got a massive push to stop my corporate work, if you like, and to actually just focus entirely on the life coaching and evolutionary life coaching stuff, which has now morphed into assisting societies to recover from the damage that's been inflicted, not only over the last 3 years, but 30 or more years, and bring back community values at a more natural and human level. So it's a joy to be creating this, and this is the idea of following a joy, following your passion, following the things that really switch you on, make you leap out of bed in the morning and go, "Whoa, it's a new day. What are we going to do?" Instead of, God, dear, I've got to go to work. The whole idea of what we do with our time and our energy in particular is changing, and this new world is calling to us the new earth, and we're in the various processes of responding to that. Some of us are wiped out half the time with our energies going kind of AWOL, and kind of it's a lot to integrate, especially with the moon cycles, the solstice, and all the new, the solar flares and the other things that are going on, Schumann resonance. It's a whole different storyline. But we're really seeing a lot of people starting to ask very different questions now, not only about themselves, but about the kind of society and community that they want to be a part of. And the reality check, I suppose, is the existing communities and structures and the ways we're governed just don't cut it anymore for people like perhaps us and the people that are watching this. So we are really offering alternatives, not prescriptions, but alternatives on the positivelivingcommunities.com website and the things that we're offering and working with people on to just open up dialogues about creating the new societies, the new community models and frameworks, and assisting people to embrace a positive living concept in their lives with others around them. And this idea is kind of saying it's not about going off into the distance and building an eco community all on your own with your mates, which is a great idea, and a lot of people are doing that, and that's fantastic. And we're involved in one of those as well, Jackie, which is going to then service lots of people in various ways. But this is things that we can tangibly apply in our own communities where we live now as well. So the nice thing is that it can apply in lots of different contexts and start to get people thinking. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. My big passion is assisting people to remember who they really are, to open up new options and choice points where there were none before, and to help people connect with their innate wisdom and power and authority within. That's really my thing, my life purpose this time round. So that's me, probably enough of that.
Without a doubt, that is you. That is, completely helping people to realise we're so much more than we have been led to believe that we are. So, thank you, Paul. What you do is quite incredible. So we're at tomorrow. Paul's helping organise an event tomorrow in Christchurch. Matt and I are going to be speakers there. Can
I just say, in case there's any, just for the avoidance of doubt, I've not helped organise anything about it. I'm just.
Oh no, but you're helping the organisation tomorrow.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. But I wouldn't claim any credit for having organised the event. That's the lovely Julia and others that are involved in that. Patina, I believe, as well. So
and Anya.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Definitely.
You guys are all speakers on it. It's like, woo! Jackie's got a slot. I missed my. I don't know. I was asleep at the time, or having an upgrade or something. You guys were on the ball and got in there. It's great.
Anyway, so if you want to talk more about the actual positive living communities, because mine is Positive Living Group, and I love that they've used Positive Living Communities, and that's the website, positivelivingcommunities.com. It's a new website, but I found it easily this morning, so it's really well worth having a look at. And so do you want to say more now, Matt?
Yeah, well, basically, we've just launched the website. Really exciting. We've got so the principles that we're kind of working on is a thing called like Ikigai, which is what you like to do with which intersects with what you're good at, which intersects with what you can get paid for, and that intersects with what the world needs. So we've kind of got that. I don't know if you can see it. We've got that kind of principle going on. So where when people come into the PLC, the Positive Living Communities website, we can help the individual on their own particular journey of self-development, but we can also help communities come together and you know, help them form a unity, basically, and in their local area, and help them bring their communities together. And some of the ways in which you can do that, some nice ways in which you can get social gatherings, or you can start organising to get various things in your that your local community needs. So it's a lovely website, because it's got those two sort of main threads where you can either be as an individual and develop on your own path and expand that sort of consciousness awareness, or you can go as get a collective of people together, friends or local people that you know, and start your own community, your local community, and start getting some things done. Because at the moment we're in the system where the 3D sort of kind of governments and all the sort of services and authorities, they're really kind of degrading, and they're sort of you know, they're not really serving the populace of their countries. You know, we talk about things like you know, the government. If you look at the government situation at the moment, it's an absolute shambles, with all these MPs all attacking each other, all stopping each other. You know, it's just a ship of pirates, basically. So we really need better governance, and we really need more sort of considered ways in which you know, you can have people who you know, are in their full enjoyment of life. They're getting the resources that they need and the assistance that they need, and they're supported by, you know, people around them who have a similar mind, who just want to get on with things and make things improve systems, basically, and improve things like their wages, their resources, their support networks. So really, that's what the website's all about. It's about kind of bringing in that holistic society, and we've kind of based it around Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that's, you know, what the whole human needs, in terms of shelter, in terms of psychological support, in terms of resources and things like that. So we put all those lovely kind of tools and tips and information together on the website, and it's like a bit of a menu that you pick, really. So it's not sort of dictatorial, or, you know, trying to get you to do things you don't want to do or don't want to learn. So it's really, you know, you can pick up at any stage, really, and sort of empower yourself with knowledge and start organising with similar people around you. And that's kind of basic premise of the website, really. It's to get things organised.
And yeah. And can I add a couple of things, because I think it's great. I mean, I really, you know, when we look at the government system of governance and all of that, you know, it's based on conflict and separation as a model. You know, you've got two sides of the house. You've got the opposition. You know, you've got the people that are in power and the people that want some of that power. And the whole system is designed to find holes in the arguments of the other people. Now, I don't know if anyone's either run a business or run a community meeting, but if you imagine trying to run a business with a board or a team of people that are one of them are the doers and the others are the pot shotters at the doers, it's just a ridiculous model. It doesn't make any sense in terms of where we're going and the unity consciousness. So you know, these are outdated models and frameworks, and so there is an absolute need and a bit of a vacuum at the moment for, you know, new ways of making things happen. And I think the side of this that we haven't spoken yet about is this creating this thing that Matt's coined the heart-based economy. And this is the alternative to money is scarce and money drives everything model, to actually enable people to cooperate together on the things they love to do naturally, or their natural gifts and talents. As Matt mentioned before, the kind of the 4 different questions: what have I got? What does the world need? How can I make some money? And we're creating new kinds of ecosystems within your community that actually feed each other for the different needs and the basic human needs we've got. So there's 5 different types of hub that we're talking about assisting to create. There's a community hub, things like stand in the park groups, community assemblies, community action groups. That can also include growing projects, community growing projects. We've got some brilliant examples locally in the New Forest area with Nourish and Timber shop in Ringwood with Love Organic and Forevermore Food. I mean, there's some brilliant examples of community growing projects. And we've got the People's Food and Farming Alliance, which is, setting up recently and supporting all of that. So we've got some brilliant examples of what's already happening spontaneously from people who just want to grow their own, for example, or come together as communities. And then we have other types of community groups like, health hubs. And we've seen the People's Health Alliance and other holistic groups, coming together in communities already and setting up an alternative to the existing healthcare system with new options and new modalities. And so we've been working, both Matt and I have been working on alongside the PHA, the People's Health Alliance, for, again, probably about 6 or 7 months now, offering fortnightly coaching and mentoring calls for hub builders worldwide. And it's been fascinating and exciting to hear the progress that people are making all over the country and all over the world, and how this thing inside just over a year has gone into 23 countries or more, and they're now, entering the USA. I mean, this is fantastic, kind of capturing the mood of the communities out there and giving them the tools to help rebuild something more meaningful in their lives. And then we have 3 other types of hub, and I'll stop talking because I'm talking a bit, but there's an enterprise hub, which is where the heart-based economy is really nurtured. People have got products and things to sell, services, and they can provide services to the community. And we've got lawful hubs as an idea to provide advice and support to step out of the corrupted legal system and move into a more simpler and easier to navigate and work with lawful system, where we step into our own divine law, our own natural law, and our own true status as divine beings, living men and women. And then the final hub, the 5th hub, is a resources hub or a social learning hub, where we have new libraries of information available and support available for people to go and do this in all the different hubs and learn the new skills, the new mindsets, the new attitudes, the new visions, how to vision, these sorts of things that enable everyone of all ages to embrace this model of community living. And this model's got positive in it because it's not about fear mongering and it's not about bitching, moaning and whining. And we have seen some groups that we've seen, the membership dwindle because people have walked away because of, say, the fear mongering that's gone on, or people are kind of spreading the, fear, uncertainty and doubt in the meetings. So, if you want that, you can open up a newspaper or you can just turn on your TV and watch the BBC. So, people come to these community groups for positive reasons. And that's why we thought up the positive living communities. And there's a link with inspirational, positive living groups, because already these PLGs are around the country and probably around the world, all bringing together people around a positive vibe and a higher level of perspective. So all we're talking about doing is taking that energy, or not taking it, not hijacking anything, but we're assisting people to grow that energy that they're already showing, and actually make something more substantial in their communities as new structures and frameworks. Anyway, I hope that helps, but that's a little bit of my take on it all.
No,
Just a
really
couple
good.
of things I'd like to say on that. Sorry. I've been to 5 different events recently, very great, big, wonderful, exciting, like the solstice. What a gathering that was. How many 100 people were there? People want to come together in these communities, don't they? we had up at Copythorne near us, there was they had a half marathon run the other day. Hundreds of people turned out. And then I saw a clip from my friend in Bournemouth. She'd gone to Wimborne. I don't know if it was last Sunday or the Sunday before, probably the Sunday before, where they were all playing in a concert, like trombones, and oh, it was real fun, and like the music from the Full Monty and things like that. Absolute fun aspect of gathering in communities is really needed, isn't it? Or it's not even needed, people just go.
Yeah.
I mean, how many turned up for Shirley Batty's? We were all there. You know, we want to be connected and together and having ideas to build. So yeah, and not through a disaster happening, which is wonderful. When anything like that happens, the community does all pull together and come together. But this is without any disaster happening. We're going to come together as a community and do things.
Yeah, when you can get people together and harness that collective power, you know, things can really get moving and stuff. And people love to share company with other people. That's as simple as that. You know, if you have a friend and you like to spend time with them, you'll just keep coming back to share time with them. And it's a similar principle. People will only sort of hang out if they enjoy the time that they're spending with the other people, or in their particular sort of hobby or vocation, etc. So it's really about kind of creating good sort of friendships and good bonds and good vibes and good memories, and holding these kind of various events where you can pull people together and start, you know, talking about various things that you'd like to see happening in the world around you, and just pooling those resources really, and co-creating and collaborating and creating those wonderful things. I mean, there's so many people around us doing so many amazing things. We just want to highlight them and big them up, and have them as part of our network, because, you know, they've got some really sound principles of whether it's in their business or whether it's the advice that they give, or just being the example of kind of showing the way. Some really good examples of you know, holistic living and being positive and full of joy, really. You know, this world is a playground. It doesn't have to be a prison, and that's partly why we're here as well, because there are a lot of people who are suffering at the moment. So if we can kind of help them shift out of that suffering and find their true calling and find that joy again, because people lose joy and then they forget how to see it and to identify and to maintain that, and then they get all depressed. So we don't want that. We want people to find their spark and kind of what gets them moving and excited, and then just you know, help that elevate and come out to the surface of them, and get them in their passions and their, you know, proper vocations and stuff. So it's really, we hope that people will have something that we can offer, and at the same time each person who joins the PLC will have something of their own that they can offer to the PLC. Everyone's got a repository of knowledge, everyone's got skills and life experiences, you know, and everyone's got talent. So really we're sort of hoping to populate the model, give people assistance, but at the same time they can give us assistance by joining in the PLC and kind of finding the role that really they feel passionate and you know, excited about. And it's really just harnessing those collaborative, creative energies, those divine energies, and then, you know, creating these sort of, in some ways it's a bit like creating a bubble of 5D high frequency, where you're sort of walking into a village and there's a baker, there's a fishmonger, there's an ironmonger, there's all these different kind of industry or enterprises going on, and that's completely separate from the sort of the governmental system. That's its own ecosystem. So we're trying to sort of develop these sort of bubbles of high frequency, holistic, and very loving kind of communities, and that's the aim anyway.
Yeah,
and we've got a kind of a model to do that as well. We've got things like how to finance that effectively, and what we're doing is we're using implosive force. So it's basically pooling the energy resources and then at certain points that gets to a question point, and then we put to the PLC members, what do you want to do with this money now that we've reached that question point to put to you guys. So we're completely transparent. You can see all the funding from the members. You can see how much is in our we've got stored, how much energy or collective funds we've got stored, and then we pose the question to the people, and we move on that question really. And so that's kind of the general premise of how our model works.
And there's another angle to this as well, because we want to assist communities to become self-governing in a way, individuals and communities, and so people have to step out of the conditioning of being reliant on the state to kind of do lots of different things for them. So there is a step forward into your own truth and your own power to reclaim your, if you like, your divine authority in your own lawful standing as a man or woman. And then as you've raised the vibrational frequency of yourself, you're able to contribute and co-create at a different level in the community that you're part of. And so when we work with community groups and we start to do these sorts of workshops that you've been to, Jackie, and that Matt's got with Ascension and Star Teachings, people start to raise their vibrational frequency together, and their level of what they can co-create at this higher energy and vibration. You know, we know this is the mechanics of the universe, and Tesla has told us, you know, all this before, and we, you know, a lot of us instinctively know it's about energy and vibration and frequency. Those are the new medicines as well coming in, and new modalities. So as we get our frequency higher, we can co-create at a whole different level, and we can move mountains that previously appeared to be unsurmountable. You know, we can't do it. So this is what this is the spark, the energy, the fire, the light, the passion, the enthusiasm that we're hoping to assist people to find within themselves, so that they can not only go on this personal or individual learning journey, but that they can go on a community evolution journey as well that's transformational. And their communities reach a level of operational capability, I suppose, in some way, and they become ready to receive new innovations and be made, seen to be responsible enough to, say, distribute new energy machines or devices, free energy devices, through a community. Now, if those devices come out, it's not going to be distributed by your local council, or if that's the case, we're on the wrong timeline and something seriously has gone wrong. So we're seeking to get a level of evolution and to encourage and accelerate a level of community evolution that says, okay, yeah, we've got a group of people, we know what we're doing in this area, we're bringing more people into our community, so it's growing, the energy is growing, and we're now ready to responsibly distribute these new technologies and new innovations. But if you're still throwing buns at each other and having bun fights and bitching, moaning and whining, you're not going to be responsible enough to accept and receive those things. It's not a safe pair of hands. So how do we encourage communities to raise their vibrations, to engage what's within them anyway, and open that out so that they can create whole new Earth experiences locally where they are? That's kind of the gist as well.
And also as well, I mean, you know, it's we're training, we're kind of helping people to come out of that perception view of reality, really, as well. You know, that lack of things, that that suffering, that stress. You know, we're helping people to come out of their self-limiting scripts as well. You know, the way that they limit themselves and about, oh, I can't do this, oh, this can't be done. We're helping people kind of move and break through that, so that they can find the ability to do these things, so that they're not limiting themselves to do these things. So that because at the moment, you know, most of humanity is trained basically to see the flaw in someone else, because you're sort of challenging your ego to say, hey, I'm superior than them, or, you know, to take apart good initiatives because it's slightly different and not not the norm. So it's kind of considered woo-woo or wacky and stuff. But these are all designed, these sort of things are designed to keep you in your boxes, in your frequency fence, in your limited thinking. And we're saying that doesn't have to be the case. You can break free of that sort of programming and that sort of lack mentality or that small mentality, because there's so much more to you. Each one of you has got so much, talents and skills, and so many different kind of flavors and colors that we need all that variety and stuff, and helping
What do people
find.
have to do, Matt? I'm sorry, we're going to have to wind this up, but what
That's
do
all right.
people have to do for this then? Really go to that website.
Yeah, go to the website if they want to do their own personal learning journey and develop themselves. We've got a module there, or if they want to bring their community together, we've got a module there. But then we've got lots of other sort of benefits as well, and information for people to learn and pick up, and which can help them as well on the website as well.
Yeah, we're also going to be running weekly or fortnightly, depending whether you're a member or not. But we're going to be running weekly coaching and mentoring Zoom calls for any hub builders in the health areas like PHA, community hub builders, and new enterprise 5D business model hub builders, lawful hub builders, and resource library builders. And we're going to be assisting them, like we've done with the PHA and just the hub builders, to really just take the next steps and move forward. So that'll be some live coaching and problem solving for anyone that wants to join on the public version of that. So you don't have to be a member. That's free. That's part of getting a taster of what we're about and how we can assist you. And then on the every other week, then it's a members only coaching and mentoring Zoom call where we can dive deeper with our members, go into their specific issues, and obviously we're developing relationships with people on a slightly different level. So those are two immediate things. So one of the first, group public coaching calls, I look in my old style diary, is Wednesday the 5th of July at 8 p.m. London time. That's going to be our very first public coaching and
exciting
call. So that is on the events page of the website. And there are some learning journeys that Matt's talked about, the community one and the personal transformation one. They're not quite ready yet, but we're working very hard to get those finished off and available. And they will be online self-study programs that then people can bring any questions to the live coaching events, or contact us through the Telegram page, which is PLC Positive Living Communities Telegram page, I believe.
Yeah.
And then inside as the membership sort of thing grows, we want to create a new currency between members, which is sharing success stories, because these are the things that if someone has a breakthrough in a hub somewhere in, I don't know, out of Mongolia, but they've figured out how they can really do something really well, what we want to offer is a resource library that can take the essence of that success story and publicize it so that everybody else can actually take a quick step forward in the evolution and co-creation of their own hubs. If they want to, they can do it all their own way if they like, but these are the really, hints, tips, and things that we want to encourage people to share. And we've got lots of live events we want to plan, like just either big events with speakers or just local events that get people together and start talking about this. There's a day workshop that we can do. So it's all just depending on what the needs of the community groups are. But we really are seeking to bring people together and assist them to go to find and then deploy whatever the next level is.
With their own passions, exactly, definitely. Yeah. And I think the thing is as well, we don't want any fence sitters or bystanders. We don't want people who kind of expect everything spoon fed to them. We're after people who are doers, who get things done, who've got great ideas, who want to shape the future in the way that's better, that's not got this current situation. So come along and see what you think about the Positive Living Communities website, and hopefully you can join our community and start creating some brilliant things. I mean, I'm already seeing that, so it'd be lovely to see more of it.
Yeah, and just the other thing.
I have got to go. I am sorry.
Yeah,
there's people downstairs waiting for me.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, look, thanks.
We could talk
so
forever
much.
anyway. So
sorry for the technical problems earlier as well, Jackie. Appreciate you going with the flow there.
Thank you, Jackie.
Lovely. I've just said that I'm here. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. I love all of that. It really positivelivinggcommunities.com. The membership is £11 a month, which is absolutely brilliant, and you know you'll get complete value from both Matt and Paul. So yeah, thank you both for
thank you,
joining
Jackie.
me.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.